2024 is going to be your most successful year. Start this business in 2024. How to glow up in 2024. New Year's is a magical time. Finally, you decided to hit the gym, picked up a book, even started a side hustle. Motivation is your second name. Motivation is flowing through your veins. And you know what? I also love the feeling of motivation. So much so that it even earned itself a spot as one of the pillars of self-improvement. Having a goal, a picture in front of your eyes, and working towards that is very fulfilling. I like to call motivation your inner hero, but it's also the dreamer. And when it comes to dreams, you either wake up, which means you either tell yourself or realize that your motivation is not rational. Is this really what I wanted? And especially on the bad days, this hero, this dreamer, tends to disappear. Or what can also happen with the dreamer is he loses himself in the dream. He hyper focuses on the picture, effectively doing nothing and taking no action, which creates this illusion of being productive, but actually doing absolutely nothing. I don't think that when it comes to motivation, everything is black and white. However, if motivation is your only pillar, you are pretty much determined to fail. Like 43% of Americans who quit their New Year's resolution in less than a month. But there's good news. As motivation, so the dreamer or the hero has an older brother, which is discipline, self-discipline, which is kind of like your inner monk or your inner boxer. Does the boxer stop fighting after a loss? No, he doesn't. He keeps training. He keeps training even harder, because if you're self-disciplined on these bad days, you'll keep working, you'll keep training, you'll outgrow your failures. Your inner monk, your inner boxer, he is there with you when you're at your lowest, holding you up like the second pillar that he is. Because discipline is the ability to say no to instant gratification and instant pleasure. It is the ability to see this delayed gratification, because you control your impulses and not the other way around, no matter the circumstances. The inner fighter gets knocked down. Guess what? He stands up. It's the willpower and determination that keeps not only him, but also you going. Now, I'll probably make a separate video on discipline and willpower, but let me know in the comments first. For example, one method is the good old getting comfortable with being uncomfortable, whether it's physically with cold showers, or mentally or socially. And this uncomfortability is unfortunately a downside of this discipline and willpower, because first of all, a lot of people are not willing to make the sacrifices and give up some of their comfort. But fortunately, we do have the third pillar, and let's call him your inner architect. It's the part of you that not only builds habits, but actually enjoys building them. He also understands that you're not only working on yourself, but you're also shaping your environment. But in order for the architect to fully flourish and to spread his wings, he needs his methods, his blueprints. And for that, I highly recommend you read Atomic Habits by James Clear, or watch some of my videos on this great book. But just to give you an example, one method would be changing the distance. Let's say you want to read more. Just place your book on your pillow, that way you'll read before going to sleep. And the same applies for breaking bad habits. If your phone is not even in the same room, you won't be able to scroll the night away. But unfortunately, even the architect has a weakness, which is when he's not in charge of the building site, because you can't always be in charge of your environment, especially as a teen, which is very frustrating. But you have to remember that there are three pillars of self-improvement. I myself started with discipline, hence the name, Aurum Discipline. But then, after discovering habit building and getting really motivated from the comments, I realized that embracing all three aspects made me happier and more productive. And even though there is a bit of banter between the discipline guys and the habit builders, while both are laughing at motivation even being a viable option, in my opinion, balancing on all three pillars is the way to get things done. Things like liking, subscribing, as well as leaving a comment. With that being said, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for the next one.